Hey everyone, this is Learning with Linda, and today I bring you the SNAP Food Stamps Max benefits for the month of November. As of right now, we have 40 states that have been approved, and as always, I bring you that payout date information. Now, for those in the state of Texas, I bring you information regarding the PEBT school year 2021 through the year 2022. And for those also in this state, Texas is issuing $1,500 for kids with a disability. Also, today, November 15th, is the date many individuals with children received a payment of anywhere between $250 to $300, so I bring you additional information regarding the child tax credit. So stay tuned until the end of this video to ensure that you receive this information. Now, before we get started, if you are interested in the latest news regarding PEBT, SNAP, stimulus, and everything in between, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. Now let's get right to it. And if you're interested in learning on how to get cash back from your food stamps or any grocery shopping, make sure you check out this video, How to Get Cash Back from Your Food Stamps. Link will be in the video description. And don't forget to use the Ibotta app where you can get your $10 once you sign up and uploaded your first receipt using the referral code that is on this screen. So let's start off first with Texas. Texas PEBT benefits for the school year 2021 through 2022. Just to make it clear, this plan has not been approved yet. However, they are providing us with these details regarding this guidance. So for school year 2021 through 2022, PEBT benefit amounts will be different for each NSLP eligible student because they are federally required to be based on the number of absences they have related to the pandemic or the number of days the student participated in virtual learning. For this reason, PEBT for the school year relies on schools tracking and reporting of pandemic-related student absences and virtual attendance for the entire year. The Texas State PEBT plan has not been approved for school year 2021 through 2022, so this guidance is subject to change. Now let's talk about the eligibility. When the Texas plan is approved, it is expected that the school year must meet the following criteria to receive PEBT for this school year. The school is closed or has been operating with reduced attendance or hours for at least 5 consecutive days due to the pandemic emergency in the current school year. This could be a single student at the school with 5 consecutive days of pandemic-related absences or even virtual attendance. Once a school has one student who is absent for at least 5 consecutive days for pandemic-related reason, or they offer virtual attendance for at least 5 consecutive days, National School Lunch Program eligible students at that school become eligible for PEBT dating back to the first day of the school's first pandemic-related absence or the first day of virtual attendance. So based on this information, my understanding is that once a school has one student, we don't need 100 students or 1,000 students to have 5 consecutive days of absences or be in attendance of virtual learning. As long as there is one student, then all NSLP eligible students become eligible for PEBT. Of course, this guidance can change, so I'll continue to keep you updated in the upcoming videos. So the next information I'm about to provide you with is directly for those in the state of Texas. The state of Texas is issuing up to $1,500 for kids with disabilities. I found this information through one of the online forums and was highly interested and definitely wanted to bring this to you guys. So here are the additional details. Supplemental Special Education Services, SSES, are giving up to 1,500 one-time online grants for eligible parents, caregivers of eligible students served by special education that have been impacted by pandemic school closures. Families of eligible students can use the online accounts to obtain education materials and resources and/or services such as additional speech therapy or other specific services. So once again, guys, if you have a child or you know of a child with a disability in the state of Texas, please pass on this information to them, as this is definitely valuable information that could be very helpful to them. So to be eligible for these $1,500, here I bring you the student eligibility criteria. So to be eligible for the SSES grant, students must currently be 1. Enrolled in a Texas public school, 2. Enrolled in a pre-K through 12th grade, and thirdly, a student with a disability served through the special education. This probably means they must be under an IEP plan. Most families will not be awarded an account until SSES has access to the newly appropriated funds from the legislature. This should be early January of the year 2022. This also means that many applications won't be able to be processed until then. Next, let me show you how the application looks like, how you can fill it out, and I'll be putting the link to this application in the video description. So here we have the application form to create an account through the Texas Education Agency Supplemental Special Education Services. So here it gives you a brief welcome. If we go ahead and scroll down, there's a couple of information there as previously mentioned that funding for the expanded criteria will begin in January 2022. There's a couple of other information there that's available. So for example, if you are applying for a student who was not enrolled in a Texas public school last year or is currently in pre-K, your application might take longer to process. So regardless of how long it takes to process, all applications will be awarded according to the order in which they were received. So make sure you apply as soon as possible if you're interested in this program. So if you scroll down, the application is going to ask you for the parent guardian information. It's going to ask for the first name, middle initial, last name, address. We go ahead and scroll down. It asks for a valid phone number. Make sure you have that correct along with your email address, as most of these organizations will contact you either via mail or via phone. You always want to make sure those are correct so that they can get in contact with you if they need to. If we go ahead and scroll down here, it's going to ask for the student information. It's going to start with the student lookup. So it's going to ask for the UID, which stands for the unique identification. It's a 10-digit number given to every public school student in the state of Texas. If you cannot find this UID number, remember that you can contact your student's school and ask specifically for this information. It also gives you the option to look up the student UID number. So if we go ahead and click student lookup, it shows you here that all it's going to be asking for is the first name. So spell the first name exactly as the student is registered at school. And it also gives you the option to look it up by the social security number. So if you enter that information there, you put in the date of birth and you click search, you should be able to pull up that UID. And if you keep on scrolling down, it gives you the option to add another student in your family. So here is this blue button that says add another student. So if you live with another child who is also eligible for this program, make sure you add them as well. Here it gives you a little bit more information regarding the 30-day account activation requirement, and there's a little more information here that you can read through. Once you've completed this form, go ahead and click submit if you want to be eligible to receive these $1,500. Now, another important part to highlight here is this SES 30-day account activation requirement. So the SSES program requires that all awarded applicants complete the SSES account, that's the account I just mentioned, activation requirement within 30 days of the date their award notice was sent via email. So once again, that's why it's important to make sure that your email is correct. Completing the SSES account activation requirement means that the applicant logs onto their online class wallet marketplace account and accepts the Texas Supplemental Special Education Services Parental Acknowledgement and Agreement Affidavit provided upon signing in. If an awarded applicant does not complete the SSE account activation requirement within 30 days, their account funds may be reclaimed. So once again, make sure you create the account if you receive a letter through your email letting you know that you were eligible for the award. Now, moving on to an important day, November 15th today. I'm sure many of you guys hopefully received the $250 to $300 for the child tax credit. Remember, today's the day that money starts hitting your bank account. And this day, today, November 15, also marks a critical deadline for some eligible parents who haven't received any payments this year, but still want to get all the money they are owed before the holidays. The payments go out on the 15th of each month, except on weekends. So the November payment will come on Monday, November 15th, and the final payment for the year will arrive on December 15th. So let me know in the comment section down below, did you already receive your child tax credit payment for the month of November? Now moving on to the 40 states that were approved for the emergency allotments for the month of November. Now keep in mind we're still waiting for information to be released regarding certain states, and that includes Massachusetts, Minnesota, and the state of Nevada. Also, just as a quick reminder, there are a few states that are no longer providing these emergency allotments, and those states include Missouri, Florida, Idaho, Montana, South Dakota, North Dakota, Nebraska, and the state of Arkansas. Now keep in mind that the dates I'm about to provide you with are directly from the USDA website. So if you don't receive your payment by the payment date, highly recommend for you to contact your local SNAP office. So first on the list, we have the state of Alabama issuing payment on November 30th, Alaska November 15th through the 30th, Arizona November 2nd, California December 4th or December 11th, Colorado November 7th through the 12th, Connecticut November 16th, Delaware November 23th, DC is on a regular issuance schedule, Georgia November 26th or November 27th, November 29th or November 30th, Hawaii December 13th, Illinois November 20th all the way through the 28th. Next, we have the state of Indiana issuing payment only on the odd days from November 5th all the way through November 23rd. We also have Iowa issuing payment on December 1st through the 10th, Kansas December 15th through the 24th, Kentucky November 2nd through November 19th, Louisiana November 6th, November 13th, November 20th, or November 27th. We also have Maine issuing payment on November 10th, Maryland November 1st through the 30th, Michigan November 13th through the 23rd, Mississippi November 2nd, and for all my friends in the state of New Hampshire, November 3rd, November 23rd, December 3rd, or December 17th, New Jersey November 1st through November 5th. Next on the list is the state of New Mexico issuing payment on November 1st all the way through the 30th, New York November 16th through the 20th, the 23rd through the 25th, or the 27th through the 30th, North Carolina November 22nd through December 1st, Ohio November 22nd, Oklahoma from the 10th through the 15th, Oregon will be issuing 3 rounds, round 1 November 10th, round 2 November 29th, round 3 December 1st, Pennsylvania November 13th through the 25th or November 30th, Rhode Island November 3rd, South Carolina from the 1st through the 19th of November, Tennessee from the 1st through the 20th of November, and Texas from the 1st through the 5th of November. Next, we have the state of Utah issuing payment on November 28th, Vermont December 14th, Virginia November 16th, Washington's on a regular issuance schedule, West Virginia November 3rd, and a final run on December 8th, Wisconsin November 20th, and Wyoming, same as always, issuing payments based on the first letter of your last name, so A through D November 2nd, E through K November 3rd, L through R November 4th, and S through Z November 5th. Now moving on to the SNAP emergency allotments for the month of October, keep in mind that there are some states that are 1 month behind, so some states are paying this month in November. So first on the list we have Alaska issuing payment from the 1st through the 30th of November, California November 10th or November 13th, Hawaii November 15th, Minnesota November 9th through the 11th, from the 15th through the 18th, from the 22nd through the 25th, or the 29th through the 30th. And we also have the state of Nevada issuing payment on the 10th of November, New Hampshire October 5th, October 9th, November 5th, or November 23rd. Kansas from the 15th through the 24th of November. And we also have the state of Vermont issuing payment on November 12th. And that is all the updates that I have for today. Remember to turn on your notification button to know when I have uploaded a new video. See you next time.